Well, it's Wednesday, and that means we are checking in with our friends from Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Arizona. Today's topic, how to prevent heat strokes, and it's a perfect time to talk about that. Joining me now is Dr. Daniel Asperry, Vice President of Health Services, to share some of the symptoms of heat-related illnesses. So welcome to Sonoran Living. Thank you for being here. Okay, so first of all, why is it so important to understand heat-related illnesses?
We live in Arizona and exposed to the heat, and whether it's dry or humid heat, it can be dangerous. And if there are heat-related illnesses that, if not diagnosed early and treated properly, can be life-threatening.
Okay, so what would some of the symptoms be that we should look for in a heat-related illness? And we're going to talk about heat strokes in a minute, but something, you know, a precursor to that. We don't want to get to a stroke, so we have to look for certain symptoms, right?
Correct. There are two heat-related illnesses, heat exhaustion and heat stroke.
Okay.
Heat exhaustion is the early one. The skin can be very cool, moist, and pale. As the temperature rises, that will change. Respiratory rate goes up, heart rate goes up, you can get cramps, fatigue, and nausea and vomiting. Dizziness can also be part of that.
Do you get all of these symptoms all together at the same time, or is it kind of like first you get maybe nauseated and then you're sweating a lot?
They can come in any order, so this is it's a non-specific group of symptoms that you have to be careful and watch. So if any of them start to appear and you know you've been exposed to, and are out in the heat, you need to take care of that.
Okay, what about for a heat stroke? What are some of the symptoms we should look for?
Heat stroke is just an extension of heat exhaustion. Okay. The symptoms get worse. The body's temperature rises to 104, 105 or greater. The skin becomes flushed, dry, and hot. There can be severe headaches, protracted vomiting, disorientation, confusion, and coma.
Oh my gosh, which is the most severe case. And so some of these symptoms may arise. We might detect that there is a problem. What should we do?
When you notice any of these symptoms, the first thing to do is get to a cool place. If you cannot get inside, at least get into the shade. Get into the cool, take off excess clothing, get cooled down. Hydrate, mainly with water. Some of the electrolyte drinks like Gatorade and Powerade are okay. Staying away from anything with caffeine or alcohol in it. That would actually make the problem worse.
Right, just dehydrates you even more. Yeah.
If you get the clothes down or the skin, you can mist the skin or the clothing to help the evaporation.
Okay.
Put them in front of a fan. Again, that'll help evaporate and decrease their body temperature. If that does not work, or there's any symptoms of heat stroke, that's a medical emergency. You need to call 911 and get them to help.
Absolutely. All right, let's talk about preventing it from the beginning now. What are some of the things that we can do just to prevent it?
Okay. Knowing your risk. There are certain populations of people that are higher risk. The very young, under 4 years old. The elderly. Those with certain chronic diseases such as heart and lung disease. Certain medications could put you at risk. Also, those that are not adapted. Most of us stay inside and then we decide that we're going to go exercise or we're going to do yard work. We're not adapted. Those that are not adapted are more at risk. The obese are also more at risk. And if you know you're going to have to go out, either to work or to play, you need to wear light clothing.
Protect yourself
from the sun. Wide-brimmed hats, sunglasses, sunbrellas, lightweight clothing that is breathable, and also hydrate yourself. Again.
Lots and lots and lots of water.
Absolutely. Water is the best. The electrolyte drinks behind it, and lots of that while you're out.
All right. Well, some great tips as always. Thank you very much, Dr. Asperry, for being here.
Well, thank you for having us.
We appreciate those tips, and of course, you know what? We do live in Arizona, so let's keep those tips top of mind. Now, you can learn more about how to identify and prevent heat-related illnesses on the Blue Cross and Blue Shield Facebook page, and of course, we have a link there on your screen, and we also have a link on our website, sonoranliving.com. Thank you very much, Dr. Asperry.
Thank you very much.